Hey guys, Hastings here, and welcome to my first video in a very long time. Now, the reason that I'm back is because I've got a new series on the way, and that is the Junior Sports Car series. So this is just going to be a little introductory video. Wow, I'm 20 seconds in and I've already messed up my words. To tell you about the following series. So without further ado, let's just jump straight into it. First off, we're going to look at the cars that are in the series. The first one is the Toyota GT86, and this is in the series along with its twin, the Subaru BRZ. We've then got the Nissan IDX Nismo concept car, which is quite a cool little car actually, and the Honda S2000. Penultimate car we're going to look at is the Pontiac Solstice in a very camouflage-esque livery there. And finally, driven by yours truly in this race, the Mazda MX-5. This is the 2013 version. A little fun fact about this car, in the Auto Vista mode, you can take the roof down. It's got an animation and everything. Unfortunately, you can't race with it like that though. And that's exactly what we are going to do with the car, is race it. Obviously, not with the roof down, because you can't. But yeah, we're going to have a look at just a little testing race really. It's not the longest race, it's definitely not full series length. But just while I tell you about all of the other information about the series, we might as well have something to watch in the background. And I figured what better than a rather good race that we had in testing. So, what better sort of thing to start off with is, it's not to start off with, is it? Because I've already told you what the cars we've got. Wow, 2 minutes in and I'm messing up even more already. Yeah, so I've told you what cars we've got, so next I'm going to tell you what tracks we are going to. Now, obviously we are at the Silverstone GP layout for this test race, and that will be in the series, but not first off. First off, we are going to Road Atlanta Full. It's one of my favourite circuits actually, so no real surprise that we're going to there in the series. The second race we're going to is, the Yas Marina North circuit at night. Very interesting track going to that one. It's got a very, very long straight that's basically just half of the track. But there are some technical sections in there as well. Going there at night adds an extra little sort of interesting thing about the circuit. It's not necessarily dark because it's so floodlit, and I think the track actually becomes a little bit faster due to the slightly cooler weather. But anyway, yeah, that's the second round. The third round we're going to the Sonoma Full Circuit. Again, a track that I really rather like, and I totally haven't just put these tracks in because I like them. But yeah, the Sonoma Full Circuit is a very fun track to race in these cars. These cars are all sort of mid to high C class, and they're very handling build orientated. They only top out at about 130 mile an hour, but they handle really well. So going to a track like Sonoma, where there aren't any particularly long straights, but there are some really technical sections. You've got the S's especially down towards the end of the circuit. It's a very, very fun track to go to. Round 4 is then this Silverstone GP layout, which we are currently watching a test race around. A very good track, and right from the off testing these cars, like even in their very initial builds, a few people helped me out sort of testing these cars, and this is the one track that we just kept going back to because it's absolutely brilliant fun. And as you can see, as we go 3 wide, it produces some brilliant racing. Unfortunately, going 3 wide doesn't go too well for me, as the car on my inside gets a little twitch on the curb and I end up running wide. I do manage to get it back on the track without too much time loss, but I'm certainly not in the battle with the cars that I was a minute ago. Anyway, after Silverstone we are going to Catalunya National for round 5. Bit of a fan favourite this one, seems to be in many series just in general. It's a nice all-round track. You got a nice long straight for the pit straight, but then you've got some nice technical sections as well. It's just a really, like I say, just a good fun track. All of these tracks are really good fun. That's kind of why I've picked them. So after Catalunya National, we're going to perhaps the odd one out in this track list. We're going to the Indianapolis GP alternate layout, a track that's very rarely used, and you wouldn't think that it would particularly suit these cars. Like I said, they're very handling orientated, and they're not very quick in a straight line. And when you think of Indianapolis, you think of, well, I suppose the oval mainly, and so it sort of, you think about it as a real speed circuit, but the GP alternate layout of the track is actually really fun in these cars. And like I say, it's not used too often, so it's nice to go there as a bit of a change. Anyway, that is the penultimate round for round 6. The very final round, the series finale, will be another night race, although this time there won't be too many floodlights, so it could be quite tricky seeing where you're going if you lose your headlights, although I don't think you can because you'll be running cosmetic damage through the series. Which is actually quite a relief because we're going to the Nürburgring GP layout at night. It's not exactly the full Nordschleife, which would be horrible because I hate that circuit, but I do quite like the GP layout, and much like Silverstone GP really, it's just produced some fantastic racing and testing, so I look forward to having many more fantastic races, or many more fantastic battles in the race when we go there for the series, as I dart off into the pit lane in the background there. So yeah, that's all the cars and all the tracks for the series. So I suppose I should tell you a little bit about the format now. How is it really going to work within each round? Now, it may be slightly familiar to you, the format for this series, if you saw the Mini Cooper Cup videos that I posted a long time ago. But yeah, it's going to be a very similar format. Qualifying is going to be a straight up 3-lap dash, fastest laps on pole. Very simple. You know how qualifying works, and there's no real need to change it unless you're Formula 1. But at least they've got it right and gone back to the old version. I'm just not changing. 3-lap flying sprint, fastest laps on pole. Very simple. Then we have the main race, or the feature race. No, sorry, that's not right. We've then got the main race, which is the main race. Like I say, fastest laps on pole from qualifying, and yeah, it's going to be quite a long race, probably about half an hour, 35 minutes long, something like that. And in the main race, you're going to be having to do a mandatory pit stop, which just throws in a little bit of tactics involved. So after the main race that's when we're going to have the feature race. Definitely shouldn't have said them at the same time. And in the feature race, the grid is going to be decided by your fastest lap in the main race. So while battling through and trying to finish up as high as possible, you've also got to try and put in a very good lap time. And that's where sort of a bit of the strategy comes into in the main race with the pit stop. If you're perhaps stuck behind a slower driver and you need to get a good lap in and it's coming towards the end of the race, you want to pit like for clean air so you can get a good lap in and hopefully get as far up the grid for the main race, or for the grid on the feature race. I'm really messing up this, but I hope you understand what I'm trying to say. So yeah, the feature race the grid for it is going to be decided by the fastest laps in the main race, and it's going to be a much shorter race, probably about half the length, maybe about 15 minutes long. So yeah, we've got 2 races per round plus the qualifying, and points are scored the same for both races. Although one's longer than the other, it's not going to be like half points for the shorter one. It's just full points for both races. A bonus point for the person that qualifies on pole for the main race, and a bonus point for the fastest lap in the main race, which will also give them pole position for the feature race. So I think that's pretty much it. That's everything you need to know about the Junior Sports Car Series. There's going to be a Drivers and a Constructors Championship, which is pretty obvious really. There isn't going to be a separate Privateers Championship, which I think I did do for the Mini Championship. But yeah, obviously the person with the most points wins, and the team with the most combined points wins the Constructors. So I'm really not sure what else to say about the series, but there's still a lot of good racing to be watching in the background, so I might just start commentating over that. Just having a quick read through. Yeah, no, there's nothing interesting. I had the information up on my phone just so I made sure I didn't miss anything, but I don't think I have. So yeah, that is all the information about the Junior Sports Car Series, which is going to be starting. Well, the first race is going to be starting this Saturday. Hopefully the highlights of the first race will be up on this channel, hopefully by about this sort of time next week. Definitely hopefully before Definitely, hopefully. I said that with a lot of confidence. I'm not exactly the most consistent uploader, and I don't exactly always get it up by the time I say I do. But yeah, my aim is to have the highlights of round 1 up before we actually do round 2, and then likewise with round 2, I want it up before round 3 starts, etc, etc. So it's going to be a 7-week series. Like I said, there's going to be 7 rounds. I went through the track list. And yeah, that is all the information that you need. I'm really looking forward to taking part in the series. I hope you're looking forward to watching it. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I will be taking part, obviously. I will be driver number 42 for the series, which I think is different to last championship I was in. Changed my number, because why not? My teammate is going to be the number 3 driver, and we are part of H2H Racing, and we will be driving the Toyota GT86, which is currently on screen now, the orange one, not the red one, because the red one's a Supra. It is rather confusing because they look virtually identical, and I'm sure I will get mixed up between them at some point during the series. Hopefully I'll be able to learn the difference of who's running what car and be able to tell by the livery. But yeah, me and my teammate will be running H2H Racing, Toyota GT86, which you actually saw, messing up my words again, at the beginning of this video, with the livery already on it, already completely done, in the Forza Vista on the intro, and I think that's going to be shown again at the end of this video. It was quite a nice livery to make, designed by myself, as was the livery that's on the Mazda that's currently on screen. Quite a similar livery. It's definitely a sort of theme I've gone for. I've changed my mind, so has me and my teammate have changed our minds quite a few times about what car we wanted to run, so I've prepared race liveries for like 4 of the 6 cars that are in the series. But yeah, I really am just rambling on now, and there's not much more else to say. So enjoy the... Actually, there isn't much longer to go in this video, but yeah, I believe this is the last lap now that you're currently watching. So enjoy the rest of the last lap, see if I can catch the guys in front of me, and then you'll get another look at the car I'll be running in the championship. So thank you very much if you've made it this far. First video back in a while, definitely not been my best commentary ever. And I'm also trying out a new editing software. I used to just use Windows Movie Maker, which was unspectacular but really quite simple to use, which is really helpful. But for some reason it just wouldn't load up a segment of video that I wanted. So I've downloaded a new one. It's called VSDC, I think. I don't know what it stands for. I just searched like free video editing software, and that one came up. So that's the one I've used for this video. It's not perfect. It's a bit finicky. It's definitely more precise, and if I do continue to use it, once I get used to it, hopefully it will make my videos a lot better, because there's more stuff that you can do, but there is a few things that you can't. For example, recording this commentary in Windows Movie Maker, I could literally do it within the program. You could run through them and watch the footage and record it over the top, so everything would sync up perfectly. I'm currently using a separate voice recorder program on my laptop and watching the preview of the video in the background on 2 separate programs. So I don't know if it's going to sync up perfectly, but hopefully it will. And this is the end of the test race on screen now as I come across the line. I didn't quite manage to catch the guys in front of me, but it was a rather close finish. So yeah, I'm not sure what's going to go on with what editing software I continue to use in the future, but hopefully whatever I use, it will work at the very least. So thank you very much for watching, and yeah, that is actually me done now. I will now sign off. So thank you for watching. Hastings out. Goodbye.